With Mercedes cars at the moment, a lot of people are dissatisfied with certain things, like the fact that the dashboards seem very, very plasticky. And I wonder whether you can hear that now, that noise of the brakes. 0 to 60 test. Beautiful. Got to 60 in no time at all. What a superb drive. Now, as I was saying, a lot of people are dissatisfied with the build quality of certain things. The dashboards, they do feel a bit cheap and tacky. You know, there's not a lot of difference between that and a Ford Fiesta, unfortunately. And also, the brakes groaning then, I mean, I've never heard of that on a Mercedes ever. Checking the mileage now, it hasn't even done 40,000 miles, so we can't be dealing with warm brakes. In fact, I'm going to test that again because it's so unique. I have had it in other cars, it's certainly not this car. So there is an element of overkill of plastic, and that's never ever a good thing by anybody's standards. But let's just try these squeaky brakes again now. In fact, they're not squeaky brakes, they're groaning brakes. Well, that's a first. Anyway, a lot of plastic, but to be fair, once you pass the dashboard and the doors, everything else is pretty much usual Mercedes quality. This fake wood veneer never looks good in any car, but generally the aesthetical stellar regions are there, good looking dials, clear illumination, everything else feels pretty okay. Center console is probably a bit of an overload of switches and stuff here. Could be a little bit confusing. Might get away with operating the heating controls whilst you're driving. Wing mirror is a good size. No problem seeing where you've been. The rear view vision, not too bad at all. I think if you had 3 people in the back, you might be just relying on the mirrors. But what is impressive in this car is the gears transition. It's such a smooth, silky, effortless transition. I accelerate and you don't even feel the gears change. This car is quick, but it's quick not in a tongue in the back of your throat aggressiveness, you know, like a big burly American V8. It's more like Engage on the Starship Enterprise. I mean, foot down, blimey, it makes you wonder where on earth this speed would stop. It's got 160 plus on the clock. Believe me, it wouldn't surprise me if it made it to that at all. Steering is lovely and responsive. Sometimes you can get a bit of play on a Mercedes, and also with the kickdown, there's sometimes a bit of a lag. Doesn't seem to be such an issue with this particular car, which is nice to see. Now, not all Mercedes now have these awful plastic dashboards. You do still get the stitched leather. So if you are looking at getting one of these, I would really go out of your way to get one with a stitched leather or stitched upholstery dashboard, because it's really like chalk and cheese. When you have a dashboard that feels like that, it feels like a Mondeo, and it totally diminishes all potential that this car has. But just going around the roundabout and the corners now, this car doesn't even lean over. It's almost like you're going down a straight road. It squats around the corners. The car is perfectly stable. It's fantastic. Now, one thing that always stands out with Mercedes is the braking system. Let's see what the brakes are like on this car. I won't be doing an emergency stop, but I will be braking very firmly. 3, 2, 1, 0. Doing 60 miles an hour. Oh my word. It doesn't matter how many times I do that, it always puts a smile on my face. This is where you get the genius of the German engineering coming into play. Every brake caliper there is working in perfect synchronization.